Hopefully I can.
Good evening, world. I am Steve Hansen, and welcome to our table read, quote unquote, table read of Requiem for a Dream, a wonderful film you might remember that will take you on a whirlwind of emotion over the next 2 hours. Collectively, we are a group of Bay Area actors representing San Francisco, the 415, and the East Bay 510. I think we got a 925 in here as well. So please enjoy the whirlwind we're going to take you upon for the next 2 hours.
Fade in on the TV is Tappy Tibbins, America's favorite television personality. His charismatic personality shines for the entire world to see. His audience cheers wildly.
Juice by Tappy!
Juice by Tappy!
Juice by Tappy!
Juice by
Whoa,
Tappy!
Juice! Tappy's got juice!
Tappy's got juice! Ooh.
Thank you.
Tappy's got
Thank you.
juice!
Thank you very much. Today's winner is a flight attendant from Washington, D.C. Will you please welcome Mary?
Suddenly, the plug is pulled, the TV flickers off, and we cut to interior Sarah's living room day. Harry Goldfarb, young 20s, is an eccentric kid with a seductive smile. He tries to stop his mother, Sarah Goldfarb, from locking herself in the closet.
Ma, come on, Ma.
Harold, please, not the TV again.
She slams the door closed and Harry talks to the shut door.
Why do you have to make such a big deal out of this, eh? You know you'll have the set back in a couple of hours. Why you gotta make me feel guilty, Ma? Ugh.
Harry walks across the room to the early 80s TV with ridiculous rabbit ears. Sarah locks the door and retreats to the back of the closet. Harry starts to push the set on its stand when it suddenly jerks, almost falling. Harry spies a thick bicycle chain going from around the TV to the radiator.
Jesus, what are you trying to do, huh? You trying to get me to break my own mother's set? Or break the radiator?
Harry marches to the closet.
And maybe blow up the whole house? You're trying to make me a killer? Your own son. Your own flesh and blood. What are you doing to me? Your own son!
Then a thin key slowly peeks out from under the closet door. Harry works it out with his fingernail and yanks it up.
Why do you always gotta play games with my head, for Christ's sake? Don't you have any consideration for my feelings? Why do you have to make my life so difficult?
Harold, I wouldn't. The chain isn't for you. It's the robbers.
Then why do you tell me? The set almost fell. I could have had a heart attack.
You should be well, Harold.
Then why don't you come out?
Harry tries to open the locked closet door but can't.
See what I mean? See how you always gotta upset me?
Harry walks to the TV, unlocks the chain, and starts to wheel the TV towards the front door. He pauses by the closet.
Ma? Come on out, please, Ma?
Inside, Sarah hugs her knees.
Screw it.
He pushes the set carefully out of the apartment. In the closet, Sarah hears the door shut.
It's not happening. And if it should be happening, it would be all right. So don't worry, Seymour. It'll all work out. You'll see already. In the end, it's all nice.
Smash cut to exterior, Sarah's apartment hallway. Waiting for Harry is Tyrone C. Love, young 20s, leaning against the wall, playing skillfully with a yo-yo. Taking his time, Tyrone helps Harry wheel the set to the dingy elevator.
Yeah, this mother's starting to look a little seedy, man.
What's the matter? You particular all of a sudden?
Hey, baby, I don't care if it's growing hair just as we get our braid.
Cut to exterior, Sarah's building, Brighton Beach, Brooklyn, day. Lining the front of the building in beach chairs are 10 female yentas absorbing the sun and passing judgment on Harry. Harry says hello and is greeted by a chorus of fake sarcastic hellos in return. Cut to exterior streets of Brighton Beach in Coney Island. Harry and Tyrone carefully navigate the TV through the streets of the old Brooklyn neighborhood. They go under the elevated train, past the giant dying projects, across the boardwalk, beneath the shadows of the towering parachute jump, and through the cracking and boarded up amusement park. A hard cut to black. On the screen in white letters is summer. Interior pawn shop day. Old and squat Mr. Rabinowitz shakes his head as Harry and Tyrone push the set into his store. He stands behind the cage of bulletproof glass with all of the pawn shop's possessions.
So look, the table 2 already?
Hey, what do you want from me? I can't slap it on my back.
You got a friend.
Hey, man, I ain't my leper slipper.
Such a son of gunneth. Your mother needs you like a noose needs a hat rack.
The pawn shop owner clucks his tongue and slowly counts out the money. Cut to quick hip hop montage. Lighter flicks liquid on spoon, sizzles, tourniquet snaps, needle sucks, hand slaps, vein, a thunderous rush of liquid, and finally, an ecstatic high. Interior Tyrone's dive pad later. Tyrone's pad is run down, but it'll do. Tied on Harry backspinning a record on the turntable and halting the beat. Then he lets the other turntable spin and start a new tune.
Yeah, that's some boss skag, baby. I mean, dynamite.
Yeah, man. Something else.
Harry calmly watches the record spin. Cut to interior donut shop night later. Tyrone and Harry sit at the counter of an all-night donut shop, sipping hot chocolate and eating chocolate crullers.
You know what we ought to do, man? Huh? We ought to get a piece of this Brody shit and cut it off and off it, you dig?
This stuff's good enough to cut in half. Still get wasted. We could double our money. Easy.
That's right. And then we buy a couple of pieces and we got something else going, man. It sure would be righteous.
In no time, we get a pound of pure straight from Salagheep.
No hassles. That's all I want. No hassles.
Just then, a hulking cop sits down on the stool next to Harry. Tyrone and Harry both fall silent and slowly sip their hot chocolates. Harry looks down at the cop's gun. It's maybe 6 inches from his hand. Slowly, he reaches over and undoes the safety latch on the cop's holster. Tyrone's eyes fill with fear. The waitress comes over and gives the cop his donut.
Can I get you
Just then, Harry yanks the gun out of the holster. The cop spins around. Harry retreats.
Hey! Hey!
Harry smiles as the cop charges. Tyrone snickers. Then Harry tosses the gun over the cop's head. Tyrone catches it. The cop chases Tyrone. Harry and Tyrone laugh as they toss the gun back and forth just over the frustrated cop's head. The cop slips and falls on his ass. And we cut back to reality. 5 minutes earlier.
anything else, huh?
Tyrone butts Harry. Harry looks up at the waitress who stares at him. The towering cop looks over as well.
Well,
No, just a check.
The cop returns to his donut. Cut to interior pawn shop day. Mr. Rabinowitz shakes his head as Sarah enters. He pulls out a ledger book that is labeled Sarah Goldfarb's TV.
Good evening, Mrs. Goldfarb.
Good evening, Mr. Ravanowitz. Though I'm not sure how good it is. And you?
So what can I say? Are you wanting your TV?
Yes, if you don't mind.
Sarah pulls a crinkled $10 bill out of the corner of her blouse and hands it to Mr. Rabinowitz.
Mrs. Goldfarb, can I ask you a question? You won't be taking it personal. How many years we know each other? Who's to count? Why don't you tell already the police so maybe they could talk to Harry and he wouldn't be stealing no more of the TV?
Oh, Mr. Rabinowitz, I couldn't. Harold's my only child. He's all I have.
Cut to interior, Sarah's living room later. Sarah changed the TV to the radiator again. She turns on the set, adjusts the rabbit ears, and watches whatever it's on. Sarah smiles as she settles into her chair. She ceremoniously removes the plastic wrapper from around a box of chocolates. Immediately, she pulls out a chocolate-covered cream and lets it dissolve in her mouth. Her eyes shut in gentle ecstasy. Cut to exterior, Seacoast Tower day. Looking straight up at the 30-story building with sharp eyes is Marion. She is beautiful, fresh and in her young 20s. Harry, with a stack of newspapers under his arm, comes up from behind and kisses her on the neck. Cut to Seacoast Tower's foyer. Harry randomly presses one of countless buzzers. An old lady responds a moment later.
Hello? Who is this?
Hello.
Who?
Cut to when the buzzer rings, we're on the elevator in black and white video. The security camera watches Harry and Marion jump around as they head to the top floor. Ping! Harry dips his head out of the doors. All clear. He grabs Marion and they dash to the stairwell where red, bold warnings on the emergency exit roof door threaten alarm if the door is open.
What do we do now?
Harry pulls out a wire from his back pocket and shorts the alarm. Then he kicks the roof door open. White light rushes in. Cut to interior Sarah's living room. Her phone rings and Sarah leans toward it, but she continues to adjust the rabbit ears on her set, torn between the priority of the two activities. Finally, 4 rings later, she lunges for the phone and flops down in her viewing chair. She is greeted by a cheery voice.
Hello?
Mrs. Goldfarb? Mrs. Sarah Goldfarb?
It's me speaking.
Mrs. Goldfarb, this is Lyle Russell from Malin and Block.
I'm not interested in a...
Wait, Mrs. Goldfarb, I'm not selling anything. Nothing. I just want to offer you a chance to be on television.
Television?
That's right, Mrs. Goldfarb.
Look, I don't have any...
I'm not looking for money, Mrs. Goldfarb. I'm calling to tell you you've already won. Your name was selected from a long list of available contestants. You've been chosen, and you now have an opportunity to be on television.
Me? On television?
That's right, Mrs. Goldfarb. You on television.
I never thought I'd be on television. I mean, I'm just,
Malin and Block discovers contestants for most of America's favorite television shows.
Oh, me? Me? Oh, I can't.
Yes, Mrs. Goldfarb, you. Congratulations! I can't tell you why you are so lucky, but you are. Congratulations.
Sarah falls against the back of the viewing chair. One hand clutches desperately at the phone, the other on top of her dress. Her eyes bulge, her mouth hangs open.
You will receive all necessary information in the mail, Mrs. Goldfarb. Goodbye and God bless.
Click. Sarah tries to catch her breath. She awakened from her ecstasy when the phone beeps its off-the-hook sound. Interior Sarah's bedroom a bit later. Sarah picks up a framed photo. The picture was taken on Harry's high school graduation day years ago. Harry in the middle is an 18-year-old in a cap and gown. Sarah's husband, Seymour, hovers over Harry's left shoulder. On Harry's right is a younger-looking Sarah. She is 30 pounds lighter, has brilliant red hair, and wears a red dress and gold shoes. Sarah stares at her outfit. Then she rushes to the closet. As she hums a tuneless monotone, she carefully pulls out the last dress on the hook. She ceremoniously removes the dry cleaning plastic and smiles at her red dress. She puts it on. In the mirror, she looks over one shoulder and then the other. She tries to zip up the back, but after half an inch and many minutes of exertion, She gives up. On her hands and knees, she searches through the mound of shoes for the special pair. She pulls out the gold shoes and dusts them off. Shakily, Sarah puts them on. She smiles at herself in the mirror. Cut to exterior roof day. Harry and Marion throw paper airplanes down on the dying amusement park.
But why are you so hard on your folks? I mean, they give you the bread for rent, money for the shrink.
They bug me. They're fucking hypocrites. Like, they're in that big house with all their cars and money. They pay me off so they don't have to deal with me. They pay off charities to deal with their racism. Then we'll see how liberal they are when I come home with a black guy.
You know what you got to do.
Yeah.
You got to get away from them.
How?
What about your clothes? Maybe you could sell them. Open a store.
I can't.
Why?
When will I have time to hang with you?
A deserved kiss. Cut to exterior, Ada's apartment, hallway continuous. Sarah, barely wearing her red dress, knocks on a door. Ada, an orange-haired woman Sarah's age, answers the door.
So where's the party?
Party smarty. This is like all the parties. Then I tell you, you'll jump out the window.
A basement window, I hope.
Cut to interior Sarah's bedroom. Ada tries to stuff Sarah into her red dress, but it ain't happening.
Well, I have a great diet book.
Zaftig.
Cut back to exterior emergency exit door. Marion grabs Harry's short circuit wire. Harry, who's already inside, looks at his girl's mischievous eyes.
Marion!
He gets it. He smiled. Then Marion yanks the wire. Alarm scream! Harry and Marion bolt to the top floor where both elevators charge the top floor.
They're coming.
Harry grabs Marion's hand and pulls her down the hallway. Dead end. Harry and Marion squeeze against the doorways, fighting the urge to crack up. Then, bing! The elevator. A security guard charges out. Harry and Marion hold their breath. The guard heads straight for the staircase.
Then our criminals charge the elevator, and in black and white video, we make out all the way down. And then exterior, Seacoast Tower, day. Harry and Marion burst out of the front door laughing, alarms ringing behind them. Cut to interior, Sarah's mailbox, day. The mailbox opens and Sarah disappointingly peers into the empty darkness. Cut to interior, Sarah's apartment. Sarah sits in her viewing chair, watching television and reading her diet book as she slides herself a chocolate. The diet book is called 10 Pounds in 10 Days. She flips through about 100 pages of introduction until she comes to the words, first week. She stares at the page and suddenly she becomes concerned. She reaches for a chocolate-covered caramel as we read the page with her. Breakfast, 1 hard-boiled egg, 1/2 grapefruit, 1 cup black coffee, no sugar. Lunch, 1 hard-boiled egg, 1/2 grapefruit, 1/2 cup lunch, no dressing, black cup coffee, no sugar. Dinner, 1 hard-boiled egg, 1/2 grapefruit, 1 cup black coffee, no sugar. Note, drink at least 2 quarts of water each day. Sarah stares and chews. Her eyes focus on the words no, 1, and 1/2. They focus on the repetition of the meals. They focus on the insanity, searching for the real information between the lines. She hears a giggle and turns to the refrigerator. The fridge tremors slightly. Small mechanical metal. And then, defeated, she drops the book and reaches for another chocolate. Her head starts to hang and tears begin to well up in her eyes. But then she notices something on the television. It's Tappy.
Now, let's meet our next winner. Straight from Brighton Beach, Brooklyn, let's give a juicy welcome to Mrs. Sarah Goldfarb.
And there she is, herself dressed in red, her hair gorgeous red, walking across the screen. So slim, so trim, so sexy. Such curves. This is Red Sarah. Our Sarah's tears fade as her chin lifts and she begins to smile. She watches Red Sarah pose for the television audience. She can hear the applause and the wolf whistles. She puts the chocolate away and lifts up the book. New Hope. Cut to interior, Marion's apartment, midsummer day. Bright summer sun shoots through the window and screams across Marion's living room floor until it slows and falls upon Marion and Harry. They are asleep, fully dressed in each other's arms. The racing sounds of the outside midday summer traffic dissipate, and they are alone in the vacuum of melodious heartbeats and deep breaths. Interior, Sarah's apartment, day. Ada strips Sarah's hair with a smelly homemade peroxide concoction in the sink. They're positioned so that they can both watch the TV set from the corners of their eyes.
What's that smell? Has got one escano?
Just relax, Dolly. You got a long way to go. You'll get used to it.
Get used to it. I'm almost losing my appetite. When's lunch?
Sweetie, we're lucky if we're finished before supper.
So long.
That's right. With you, we're starting from scratch one.
And I thought I could catch a little sun today.
In a box, you'll catch it. You just relax. Think how gorgeous you'll look with your red hair. Today, the hair. Tomorrow, the sun.
Cut to interior, Marion's kitchen. Marion straightens up the kitchen. Harry is spinning some records on his portable turntable. Tyrone plays with his yo-yo.
Anybody want to waste some time?
Marion pulls out 3 pills. Harry and Tyrone each grab one. Ingestion. Wide shot of the kitchen in time lapse. The next 3-minute scene is actually a 3-hour event as Harry, Marion, and Tyrone hang out. We listen to them at normal, if not slowly slow down speed.
I'm starving.
Yeah, me too. Give me a Snickers.
Damn, Ty. Don't you eat anything except Snickers?
Yeah, Chuckles. I digs Chuckles.
You sure as hell don't know about anything about eating, man.
What you need is some good noodle soup.
Yeah, and Pepsi and Snickers will take care of anything.
And maybe some bread.
I prefer the type that goes in my pocket, not my mouth.
Exactly. Angel told me about a job.
In the flash of an eye, Harry changes record after record. Tyrone rolls a joint and Marion to light some candles.
A job? Ah!
What, you lose a bet?
Damn, this is a righteous chick, Jim.
No, we got this idea. Tyrone has this connection, Brody, with some dynamite shit. If we can get some cash together, we can get a piece, cut it up, and make a fortune.
Soon we could get a pound of pure and retire.
We get off Hard Knocks and be on Easy Street.
Someone is at the door. Marion answers it, and 7 friends pile in. Everyone is in time lapse, and everyone is partying. We watch and listen to the evening's festivities until...
What's the catch?
Suddenly, the racing kitchen clock stops. Cut to interior, Sarah's bathroom, day. Sarah stares at the mirror, blinking at her ridiculously orange hair. It is nowhere near red.
That's red.
Well, it's not exactly red, but it's almost maybe in the same family.
The same family? They're not even distant cousins already.
It's a red, okay? Not a red, but a red.
Red? You're telling me this is red?
Yeah, I'm telling. It's a red.
And what's orange? If this is red, I want to know what's orange.
Ada looks at Sarah's hair, then her reflection, then back to Sarah's hair, then back to her reflection. She purses her lips, shrugs.
Well, it could be a little orange too.
A little orange. A little orange is like being a little pregnant.
So what's to worry? It'll be all right.
What's to worry? Someone may try to make juice out of me.
Relax, Dolly. It just needs a little more dye. It'll be all right for television.
All day long, I'm getting my scalp scraped and burned and smelling like dead fish, and I look like a basketball.
Relax. You should learn to relax. That's your trouble. You don't know how to relax already. I'm telling you, it's all right. Tomorrow, we'll do it again. You'll look like Lucille Ball.
Ada leads Sarah away from the mirror. Cut to interior, Marion's apartment. Day. Post-sex plus post-sleep equals intimate talk.
You know something? I've always thought you were the most beautiful woman I'd ever seen.
Really?
Since the first time I met you.
That's nice, Harry. That really makes me feel good.
Good for your ego, huh?
Well, I can't say that it does any harm, but that's not what I mean. It makes me feel good all over. Like, you know, lots of people tell me that and it's meaningless. Completely meaningless.
You mean because you think they're putting you on?
No, nothing like that. I don't know or care if they are. I guess maybe they really mean it. But from them, it just doesn't mean anything. You know, when you say it, I hear it. You know what I mean? I really hear it.
Someone like you could really make me all right.
You think?
Yeah. I've been thinking.
What?
Here.
What?
Cut to interior, Marion's kitchen. Harry's in a shirt, stands over Marion, who's wrapped in a sheet. They lean over a folder on a kitchen table.
What is it?
You remember when I told you about the store? Well, I've been thinking about it. I put together some numbers and it's not impossible. I think you can do it. We should do it. We can do it together.
How long have you been thinking about this?
Not so long. Since we started hanging out.
It's a great idea.
Yeah?
It is. Let's do it. Let's open it in the city. How do we start?
Well, first me and Ty gotta get money for the piece, and then
I'll get it.
nah.
No, I can.
Really? How?
How do you think? My fucking parents.
I think I'm falling in love with you.
Think?
Tight shots and quick cuts as Harry kisses the tip of Marion's nose, and then her eyelids, and then her cheeks, and then her soft lips, her chin, her neck, and lastly, her earlobes.
Marion, I love you.
Fade to blinding white. Then, interior, Sarah's mailbox. Day. We pull out of the white and into Sarah's mailbox. She peeks into it. Empty. Cut to interior, Sarah's kitchen. Day. Tight on kitchen clock, ticking normally. On Sarah's breakfast, 1 hard-boiled egg, half a grapefruit, and a mug of black coffee. On the directions of Sarah's diet book. On Sarah, blinking at her meal. A sigh. We watch as she tries to enjoy her breakfast. After the food is gone, she fills a glass of water. She sips it. She notices her hands reaching for something more to eat. Tight on, kitchen clock ticking, real slow. Her Timex the same. We see her eyes, her lips, her twitching fingers, a quick glimpse of the fridge. She grabs her stomach and says to it,
Stop it already. You'll feel better in the red dress than the cheese Danish.
Interior, Marion's bathroom. Marion throws some cold water on her face. She looks at her naked body in the mirror. She feels lifeless, drab, dead. Quick cuts. Tinfoil crinkles, powder sprinkles, lighter flicks, smoke drifts, a straw sucks, a pleasure sigh. Once again, Marion looks in the mirror. She looks alive and glorious. Rays of golden light encase her body in a gentle glow. She cups her hands under her breasts. She smiles as she turns and poses, admiring the size and firmness. Not bad, she thinks. Cut to interior, Sarah's mailbox. Day. Nothing. Cut to Sarah's interior apartment. Sarah tries to watch TV, but the fridge beckons her.
Tight on kitchen clock, slowly ticking. The fridge shudders. Frustrated, Sarah grabs her folding chair and heads out. Cut to exterior, Sarah's building, day. The outside of the building is lined with the old yentas sitting in beach chairs catching the sun. Few have reflectors and stare up at the sun. Sarah exits her building and lets the sun hit her hair. Her friend Ray says something first.
Ada told us it's gorgeous.
Thank you. We're making a little darker tomorrow.
So why darker?
To match my red dress.
Oh, but now it's looking like Lucille Ball.
But I'm not. But soon I'm on a diet.
Yes, she is.
Cottage cheese and lettuce?
No.
What diet you on?
Eggs and grapefruit.
Oy vey, I was on that once. Lots of yuck, Dolly.
Yeah, it's not so bad.
How long you been on already?
All day.
All day? It's 1 o'clock.
So I'm thinking thin.
Now old Mrs. Scarlini pipes up.
My Rosie lost 50 pounds like that almost.
Like that?
Like what?
Poof.
You put her in a sweatbox?
A doctor. He gave her pills. It makes you not want to eat.
So, what's so good about that? You mean I'm sitting here not thinking about chopped liver and pastrami on rye?
With a slice of onion and mustard.
Herring. Yeah, herring. Herring, yeah, herring and sour cream. When the sun goes behind the building, I'm having a nosh.
You shouldn't talk like that when someone's on a diet.
Ah, big deal. I'll sneak an extra piece of lettuce. I'm thinking thin.
The mailman.
Just then, the mailman arrives. Sarah picks up her chair and follows him into the building. Ada, Ray, and the other yentas follow Sarah.
Goldfarb! Goldfarb! I know you have something for Goldfarb.
Let's see. Not much around here except at the beginning of the month with the Social Security checks.
But I'm expecting something.
Here we go. Something for Goldfarb. Sarah Goldfarb.
He hands her a thick manila envelope. Cut to interior, Sarah's apartment. The yentas follow Sarah into the apartment. Yenta number 2 flips on the TV. Someone else starts a pot of coffee.
So let's see.
Open it. Open it.
Sarah carefully opens the envelope. She takes out a questionnaire.
So, when do you go on?
They decide after you send this form.
Oh, it's so exciting.
The other women murmur their excitement too. Ada takes the application from Sarah and places it on the table.
Okay, you sit, Dolly, and just answer the questions.
Sarah, a bit nervous, sits down. Ada gives her a pencil and leans over her shoulder. The yentas crowd around.
Okay, here you go. Here you go. Name, easy enough. LDFARB.
Call that a question. That kind I could take 6 at once.
Oh. Address.
A breeze.
Sarah fills out question after question until...
Oh, uh-oh.
What? What?
Date of birth.
So now you're getting personal. Okay, I'll tell you.
She fills it in.
Age.
So now you want to count for me? You?
Well, okay. Marital status.
Wanting, needing. How about if I win Robert Redford?
Okay. Sex.
Please?
That's it, Dolly.
Sarah holds the paper against her chest and says a short prayer. The Yentas respect her silence. Then she carefully folds it and places it in the self-addressed envelope. She seals it and holds the flap down for many seconds. Then she puts it in her chair and sits on it, just to make sure it's sealed. Next, she tosses her head and shoulders at the refrigerator and says to it,
Who needs you?
Cut to exterior, Sarah's building a moment later. Sarah marches out of the building, waving the envelope. The Yentas follow their friend. Victorious, they march to the mailbox.
I wonder when you'll hear.
Maybe they'll send you to Tavern on the Green. That's where they send all the stars.
I'm eating eggs and grapefruit at Tavern on the Green.
The ladies laugh as they follow their hero, their savior, their victor. Suddenly, the envelope begins to glow. It glows a brilliant white. At the mailbox, Sarah kisses the envelope and drops it in the mail slot. She closes the lid and then opens it to make sure it has dropped into the box. And then the ladies huddle around Sarah as the blue mailbox begins to radiate and bathe them in a cool blue light. The Yentas ooh.
Ooh. Ah.
Cut to interior, Tyrone's dive pad. Tyrone is on the phone with Brody's henchman. Harry sits at the table counting 20s into a small, neat pile.
Dynamite? Dynamite. Dynamite. All right. Was on the way.
Tyrone hangs up.
Brody's man says it's real fine shit.
All right, here we go.
Here we go.
Let's do this right.
Naturally.
Tyrone takes the money and slaps Harry 5. Exit Tyrone. Harry spins some vinyl, rolls a joint, smarks it, and takes a few pokes. He starts grooving with the music as his nervousness dissolves. Then something is off, and Harry feels it. He stops the turntable. Suddenly, it's a sunny day in Tyrone's bedroom. The back wall is gone, and stretching into the sea is the Coney Island Pier. Now, strolling with a baby carriage is a woman in a red dress. It's Marion. Harry watches her from Tyrone's apartment. He calls for her, but she keeps going. He chases after her. He's trying to get a glimpse into the carriage. Finally, Marion hears him and she spins around. She smiles and waves. She reaches into the carriage to pick something up. Harry is almost with her. He keeps running. And just as he's about to get a peek, he stops. He hears a key in a lock. He spins around and we cut back to interior Tyrone's dive pad now. Tyrone enters the room with a big-ass shitting grin on his face. He drops a little package on the table.
There it is, Jim.
Huh?
There it is.
Harry snaps out of it and he looks at the package.
Shall we try?
Wait, Ty. This is our chance to make it big, and I mean really big. We don't have to be dealing in no petty-ass pieces all our lives. We play it right, and we can get a pound of pure. But if we get wasted, we'll fuck it up.
Right on, baby. I'm not jiving you. I don't want to be running those streets the rest of my life and no ripped sneakers, my nose running down to my chin. All I gotta do is have a little taste so we know how much to cut it.
Fair enough.
Slap then, flick, sizzle, snap, suck, slap, rush, sigh. And flick, sizzle, snap, suck, slap, rush, sigh. Tyrone and Harry look at each other with flushed faces and hanging heads. They grin at each other. And they laugh and laugh and laugh. Cut to exterior boardwalk day. Marion sits in front of the Wonder Wheel, catching the summer crowd play. She unpacks the shopping bag next to her. She pulls out some sketch pads, pencils, charcoal, and a sharpener. She stares at the blank page. A moment later, she begins to sketch. Cut to interior, Sarah's apartment. Sarah sits in her chair trying to watch TV, but she can't concentrate. The kitchen clock slowly ticks terribly slowly. So does her Timex. Everywhere she looks in the room, steaming hot food appears. Over there, by her plants, is a bacon double cheeseburger. Then over there, by the lamp, is a chocolate-covered eclair. She grabs a glass of water and downs it. She turns to the fridge. It shudders at her. She screams at it.
Shut up!
Suddenly, the fridge door becomes transparent. She can see all the produce in her stuffed fridge beckoning her. She turns away and goes into the bedroom. She flips off the light and tries to sleep. She closes her eyes, but they pop open. Then slowly her beige ceiling disappears and turns into a clear blue sky with puffy white clouds. Then it dissolves into a sizzling, juicy pizza pie. Sarah twists and turns. Then the pie turns into a chocolate-covered cherry. Then it becomes a bagel smothered in lox, onions, and crowned with a healthy slice of tomato. There's no hope. Sarah sits up in her bed and reaches for the phone. She dials.
Hello? Hello?
Louise, it's Sarah. I need a number to the doctor.
Cut to interior, Marin's apartment. On Harry, looking hollow.
Why do you have to see him, for Christ's sake? Cut the son of a bitch loose.
Marion is dressing herself in front of the mirror. She looks like $1,000,000 in a chic black dress. She carefully applies her lipstick.
I don't want him mentioning my parents that I've stopped therapy. They're already pissed off at me and they're thinking of cutting me off.
Marion turns and touches Harry's face tenderly.
Sweetheart, I'm not going to sleep with him. He's got some issue with womanly blood, so I told him I'm on the rag. He's planning on going home after the concert.
Harry tries not to sulk, but his chin dips. Then Marion chuckles, but Harry doesn't respond. Suddenly, she hugs him and squeals with absolute glee.
Oh, Harry, you're jealous.
Harry half-heartedly tries to push her away, but Marion doesn't let him.
Come on, sweetheart. Put your arms around me. Come on, please. Please.
She lifts his hands and puts them on her shoulders as she snuggles deeply and deeper into him. Then she starts kissing him on the ears, eyelids, and neck, and soon he starts to giggle.
Come on. Stop, girl. Bite you on the throat.
They laugh as they tickle each other and cover each other in kisses. Cut to interior, Raoul's cafe, night. A fancy French pretension, 2 plates of frog's legs, 2 glasses of cinchano with twists, and a stunning Marion with a dumpy Arnold the Shrink.
I'm disappointed that you're indisposed.
Is Anita out of town or something?
Why do you ask?
I'm just curious if she's indisposed.
Mary. No. She's fine.
Can I ask you something personal, Arnold?
What is it?
Arnold leans in. Then she fucks with him. She tells him he's got something on his face when he doesn't. She tortures him until all she can do is laugh. Cut to exterior projects, night. Sodium streetlight pops as Tyrone cold lamps by a beat-up bodega. A black hand slaps Tyrone money. The money slides into his pocket. Tyrone's eyes swish left then right. He slips something out from behind the tire of a parked car and slaps a bag of white powder back. Pop, slap, slide, swish, slip, slap. Again and again and again. Cut to exterior, other side of the projects, night. Neon crackle as Harry chills outside an OTB. A white hand slaps Harry money. The money slips into his pocket. Harry's eyes swish right, then left. He clinks something out of a trash can, and he slaps a bag of white powder back. Crackle, slap, slip, swish, clink, slap. Again and again and again. Cut to interior, Marion's apartment, later. Harry spins Marion around.
We're on our way, baby. We're really on our way.
Harry.
It was great out there. I mean, everyone's thirsty.
Oh, I'm so glad. And baby, I'm drawing again. I'm drawing. I can't stop.
Marion takes out her sketchbook. She shows him her sketches. Harry and Marion lean into each other, suddenly hugging each other, kissing, dreaming, and believing. Cut to interior, Dr. Pill's examining room. A skinny nurse weighs and measures Sarah.
How are you?
Fine, that's why I'm here.
How's your hearing and vision?
I have both.
Now wait just a minute.
The nurse smiles and leaves. A moment later, Dr. Pill enters. He looks at the chart the nurse filled out, and then he smiles at Sarah.
I see you're a little overweight.
A little. I have 50 pounds I'm willing to donate.
We can take care of that, no problem.
Cut to hip-hop mini montage. Kites of dope being cut, plastic bags being filled, Tyrone and Harry dealing, Marion sketching and sewing, Harry and Marion kissing, Harry spinning tunes, flick, sizzle, snap, suck, slap, rush, sigh, and crinkle, sprinkle, flick, drift, suck, sigh. Cut to interior, Tyrone's closet. Harry and Tyrone neatly stuff a shoebox full of money. They put a rubber band around the box and hide it in the back of the closet. Harry gives Tyrone 5, Tyrone gives Harry 5. Cut to interior, empty store, day. In photographs, a straight real estate agent shows Harry and Marion around the empty store. Outside, the agent snaps a photo of the lovers in front of the store. Cut to interior, Sarah's kitchen. On the table in front of her are 4 bottles of pills and the instructions.
Purple in the morning, red in the afternoon, orange in the evening. That's my 3 meals, Mr. Smarty Pants. Green at night, just like that. 1, 2, 3, 4.
She pops a purple. A pill cap pops off. Pill hits hand. Mouth gulps. Pill cap snaps on. Then she heads to the fridge and makes herself a smoked fish and cream cheese sandwich on an onion Kaiser roll. She shows off to the fridge as she devours it. Then she makes a cup of coffee. An empty pot tinkles into place. The coffee perks. The coffee drips. And then Sarah slurps, slurps, slurps. She picks up the remote and flips on the set, but she can't seem to sit down. So she heads outside with her chair. Cut to interior, Sarah's mailbox, day. She peeks in for anything. Nothing. Cut to interior, Coney Island Arcade. Marion and Harry play skee ball. Marion hits a 50 and smiles. Harry stops playing.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
What?
For my mom, I've been thinking of getting something for her, some kind of present, but I didn't know what I'd get.
Well,
I finally asked myself, what's her fix? Television, right? If ever there's a TV junkie, it's the old lady. I figure maybe I owe her a new one. Anyway, well, all the wear and tear I put on her old set, dragging it off to Abe's.
you really love her, don't you?
I don't know. I guess so. One time I feel one way, and the other time I feel something else. Most of the time, I just want her to be happy.
Let's go get it now.
Well,
Come on.
I don't want to deal with salesmen.
Oh, come on.
Okay, well, let's push off first.
It's still early. We shouldn't get going till tonight.
Yeah, I know, but This is different. After all, I was always using the old lady set to cop money. So now we use a little stuff to get her set.
Marion doesn't fight him. Then there's the flick, sizzle, snap, suck, slap, rush, sigh. End. Crinkle, sprinkle, flick, drift, suck, sigh. Cut to interior, Sarah's apartment. Coffee, tinkle, perk, drip, slurp, slurp, slurp. And pill, pop, hit, gulp, snap. Sarah starts to clean the apartment. Time races by as she intrinsically cleans every single square inch of the kitchen. She cleans the insides of the fridge and dumps all the food. Next, she moves into the living room and continues to clean. Then, everything slows down. Sarah collapses into her viewing chair in front of the TV. She tries to watch, but she's squirming in her seat. Then she notices something wrong. She's not sure what, so she heads into the bathroom. In the mirror, she stares at her clenched teeth, grinding. She wonders what this means. She shrugs and takes the green pill. Pop, hit, gulp, snap. Back in the living room, Sarah sits in front of the TV and watches Tappy Tibbins preach. Slowly, she dozes off. Cut to interior, Tyrone's dive pad. Tyrone's old pad has been spruced up. It's filled with tons of cool toys. It looks like Christmas morning. Beautiful and very young Alice lies naked in the giant bed, staring at Tyrone. He sits naked at his desk, playing with flip books. First, there's a wacky duck dancing. Then there's a crying GI soldier.
Why don't you come back to bed, honey?
Yeah, plenty of time for that, woman. I got me a cool-ass toy I'm grooving behind.
Tyrone picks up another flip book and lets things rip. The animation suddenly turns into live action, and we are following the back of a little boy. The boy runs across the black room into the arms of a beautiful woman. The boy is young Tyrone, and the woman is Tyrone's mother.
Told you, Ma. One day I'd make it.
You don't have to make anything, honey. You just gotta love your mama.
The image of boy and mother dies when the flip book ends. Tyrone looks at it sadly.
What are you doing, honey?
Thinking about you, baby. What I'm gonna do to you.
Tyrone leaps onto the bed and Alice squeals playfully.
Don't do that, Tyrone. You'll scare me to death.
Oh, little mama, I wouldn't want to scare you. I don't want to scare nobody. All I want from life is no hassles and some peace and harmony, and I want it from the finest fox that ever lived.
Cut to interior, Sarah's mailbox, day. Still empty. Cut to interior, Sarah's building, day. Pop, hit, gulp, snap and tingle. Perk, drip, slurp, slurp, slurp.
The Yentas all rise when Sarah comes out and they move their chair so that she can have her proper seat in the sun.
Sarah, you know yet when? Are you hearing anything?
Nothing yet.
You
Nothing
can bring
yet.
friends?
How should I know? How do I know?
They should let you bring at least a schlepper. Who's going to carry home all those prizes?
Believe me, I'll get them home, especially Robert Redford. For him, I don't need a schlepper.
But Sarah is having a hard time sitting still. She looks up and down the street for the mailman and paces around her friends. They watch her with a bit of concern. Then Mrs. Scarlini comes out of the building for sunning. Sarah grabs her and hugs her.
Oh, I love you forever. I can't believe it, but I'm not even thinking about food. If you put down a big bowl of chicken soup in front of me, I wouldn't eat it. Thank you so much, Rosie. Thank you.
Cut to interior, Tyrone's new pad. Alice and Tyrone make some crazy love. Arms flail, teeth bite, mouth screams some crazy love. Cut to interior, Sarah's apartment. Sarah stands in front of the mirror trying on the dress. The dress won't close. Pop, hit, gulp, snap. The dress gets a little closer. Pop, hit, gulp, snap. The dress gets even closer. Cut to interior, taxi cab moving. Harry squirms on the back seat wearing a sharp new pair of slacks, a sports shirt, and a pair of new shoes. He nervously pats down his hair and adjusts his collar. Cut to exterior, Sarah's building. The Yentas all admire Sarah's slim figure. until the mailman approaches. Everyone turns to him, hoping.
When I see it, I'll be waving it all over the place.
The mailman enters the building. A cab pulls up. Harry steps out. He stares at the intimidating line of yentas. Sarah stares for a brief second, not computing this apparition. Then she jumps up and wraps her arms around him, almost knocking him off balance.
Harry!
She kisses him and he kisses her. She's so excited. She kisses him again.
Hey, take it easy, Ma. You'll crush me.
He gives her a quick smile and adjusts his clothes.
Come inside, Harry. I'll make you a pot of coffee. We'll have a visit.
She grabs his hand and heads to the entrance. Cut to interior, Sarah's apartment. Sarah makes a pot of coffee as she bustles around, grabbing cups, saucers, spoons, milk, and napkins. Harry stares wide-eyed at his hyperactive mother. He tries to get a word in, but can't.
So how are you, Harry? You're looking good. You want something to eat?
No, Ma, I just...
A little nosh, maybe, or a cake. I'll get you something if you want. But I don't have anything in the house, but Ada might have something. A cupcake, maybe, or,
No.
Finally, the coffee is ready.
You want-
She pulls 2 cups.
You want something to eat?
No, Ma, nothing. Sit, for Christ's sake. You're making me dizzy.
You notice something? You notice I'm slimmer?
Yeah, I guess you are, Ma.
25 pounds. You believe it? 25 pounds! And that's just the beginning.
That's great, Ma. That's really great. I'm really happy for you. But sit down, huh?
Sarah sits. Harry is bewildered.
I'm sorry I haven't been around for a while, Ma, but I've been busy, real busy.
Sarah clenches her jaw.
You got yourself a good job. You doing well?
Yeah, Ma, real good.
What kind of business?
Well, I'm sort of a distributor, for a big importer, my own.
Oh, I'm so happy for you.
Sarah gets.
Hey, Ma, easy. Hey, you're killing me. Christ, what have you been doing? Lifting weights?
Your own business. Oh, Harry, I knew when I saw you that you had your own business. I always knew that you could do that.
Yeah, Ma, you were right. I made it just like you said I would.
So now maybe you'll meet a nice girl and have a baby.
I already met one. Oh, Jesus. Jesus Christ, Ma. Don't go ape shit, huh?
Is she a nice girl? Who's her parents? What about
You know her, Ma. Marion Silva. Remember they...
Oh, Silva, of course. I know Manhattan Beach. He's got a house on the Esplanade, garment business.
Yeah, he's big in women's undies.
Sarah is so happy she can't stay sitting. She refills their cups.
Before you go bouncing all over again and make me forget, what I want to tell you is I got you a present. And just...
Harry, I don't want a present. Just have a baby.
Later for that, huh? Will you let me tell you what I got? Will you? Come on.
Sarah grinds and clenches.
Christ, you're really something else today. Look, I know, well, what I'm trying to say is that, well, I know I ain't been the best son in the world.
Oh, Harry, you're good.
No, please, Ma, let me finish. I'll never get out if you keep interrupting me. I'm sorry for being such a bastard. I want to make it up. I mean, I know I can't change anything that's happened, but I want you to know that I'm sorry and I love you. And I want to make it right.
Oh, Harry, it's a...
I don't know why I do those things. I don't really want to do them. It's just sort of happens, I guess. I don't know. It's all kind of goofy somehow. But I really do love you, Ma. And I want you to be happy. So I got you a brand new TV set. It's going to be delivered in a couple of days. from Macy's.
Oh, Harry, you're such a good boy. Your father would be so happy to see what you're doing for your poor lonely mother.
He leans over and gives her an honest, open, and perfectly beautiful kiss.
You see that, Seymour? You see how good your son is? He knows how lonely his mother is, living all alone, no one to make her a visit.
Harry feels pretty good as he listens to his mother until something suddenly puzzles him. He stops hearing his mother and now he suddenly hears some other strange sound. What is it? Suddenly he's filled with surprise, disbelief, and confusion. The noise he hears is his mother's teeth grinding tight on Sarah's mouth. Harry leans across the table.
Hey, Ma, you dropping uppers?
What?
You want uppers? You want diet pills, ain't you?
What is on?
How come you lost so much weight?
I told you, I'm seeing a specialist.
A specialist? What kind of specialist?
What kind? A specialist for weight.
Yeah, that's what I thought. You're making a croaker for speed, ain't you?
Harry, you all right? I'm just going to a doctor. I don't know from croaker making.
What does it give you, Maya? What does it give you? Pills?
Of course he gives me pills. He's a doctor. Doctors give pills.
What kind of pills?
What kind? A purple one, red one, orange, and
No, I mean what kind?
they're round and then flat.
Oh, I mean like what's in them?
Harry, I'm Sarah Goldfarb, not Albert Einstein. How should I know what's in them?
Look, Ma, does that stuff make you feel good, sort of, and give you lots of pep?
Well, I guess maybe a little.
A little? Jesus, I can hear you grinding your teeth from here.
But that goes away at night.
At night?
When I take the green one, in 30 minutes I'm asleep. Poof, just like that.
Oh my God. Hey, Ma, you gotta cut that stuff loose. It's no good.
Who said it's no good? 25 pounds I lost.
Big deal. Do you want to be a dope fiend, for Christ's sake?
What's this dope fiend? Am I foaming at the mouth? He's a nice doctor.
Ma, I'm telling you, he's a croaker. This is no good.
How come you know so much? How come you know more about medicine than a doctor?
I know, Ma, believe me, I know. You'll get strung out, for Christ's sake.
Come on. I almost fit in my red dress. The one I wore at your high school graduation. The one your father liked so much. I remember how he looked at me in that red dress. It's not long after that he got sick and died, and you're without a father and my poor baby. But thank God he saw you happy for a little, and...
What's with the red dress? What does that have to do with the fucking...
Oh. Oh. Harry.
You just babbling about this red dress, Ma?
You know, your daddy saw you. You were a little happy. And, oh, and then the pills and 25 pounds and...
And all the way down, and what's with it? What's with the red dress?
Okay, all right. You know, I'm gonna be on TV, Harry. They called me. They said I'm gonna be on TV. I got an application, and
Come on, Ma. Who's pulling your leg?
I'm telling you, I'm gonna be a contestant on television. They haven't told me when, but you'll see. You'll be proud when you see your mother in the red dress and golden shoes on television.
What's the big deal about being on television? Those pills will kill you before you ever get on, for Christ's sake.
Big deal. You drove up in a cab. You see who had the sunseat? You notice your mother in the special sun spot getting all the sun? You know who's everyone's talking about? You know who's somebody now? Who's no longer just a widow in a little apartment who lives alone? I'm somebody now, Harry. Everybody likes me. Soon millions of people will see me and like me. I'll tell them about you and your father. And I'll tell them how your father liked the red dress and how good he was to us. Remember, Harry? And who knows what I might win? A new refrigerator? A Rolls Royce, maybe? Robert Redford?
Robert Redford?
So what's wrong with Robert Redford? It's not the prizes, Harry. It doesn't make any difference if I win or lose. It's like a reason to get up in the morning. It's a reason to lose weight so I can be healthy. It's a reason to fit in the red dress. It's a reason to smile already. Makes tomorrow all right. What have I got, Harry? Why should I even make the bed or wash the dishes? I do them, but why should I? I'm alone. Seymour's gone. You're gone. I have no one to take care of me. I don't have no one to take care of. Anybody. Everybody. What do I have? I'm lonely, Harry. I'm old.
You got friends, Ma. What do you...
It's not the same. You need someone to make for. No, Harry, I like how I feel this way. I like thinking about the red dress and and being on television and your father and you. And now when I get sun, I smile.
I'll come visit, Ma. Now that I'm straight, my business is going good, I'll come. Me and Mary, honest, Ma, I swear. We'll come for dinner soon.
Good. You bring her and I'll make you soup and a roast.
That sounds great, Ma. I'll give you a call ahead of time, okay?
Good. I'm glad. I'm glad you got a nice girl and a good business. And I'm glad your father and I were always wanting only the best for you. I'm glad, Harry, that you have someone to be with. You should be healthy and happy and have lots of babies. Don't only have one. It's no good. Have lots of babies. They'll make you happy.
Harry does his best to hug his mother. He fights his desperation to get away, holds on to her. Eventually, Sarah backs away and looks into his face.
Look, I'm crying already. I'm so happy I'm crying.
I'm glad you're happy.
I love you, Harry.
Happy.
Are you really happy? You should be happy, Harry. Don't worry about me. I'm used to being alone.
I gotta go, Ma. I have an appointment in Manhattan in a little bit. But I'll be back.
Good. I'll make for you. You still have your key?
Yeah, I got it, Ma. I better hurry. I'm late now.
Goodbye, son.
One more kiss and hug, and Harry is gone. Sarah stares at the door for many long moments. Then she takes her orange pill. Pop, pig, gulp, snap. And washes it down with a fresh cup of coffee. Cut to interior moving cab. Harry sits in the back seat filled with worry and concern. Tears well up in his eyes until he can't hold it any longer. He sobs hard, real hard. A moment later, he collects himself and gets high. Flick, snizzle, snap, suck, slap, brush, sigh. Harry wipes away his tears. Cut 2, interior Sarah's bedroom. Sarah zips up the red dress. It closes. She swings around gloriously, and her locked jaw smiles at herself in the mirror, eyes aglow. And she begins to waltz by herself, humming. Hard cut to black on the screen. In the white letters, fall. Interior, Brody's limo. Tyrone steps into a white limo with leopard skin upholstery. He exchanges fives with Brody, late 20s, bespectacled, highly intelligent looking, and his 2 henchmen. Brody doesn't speak. He signs to henchman number 1.
Brody says, you coming up real quick, kid.
Thanks, Brody.
Brody wants to promote you and wants to give you some more responsibility. Are you interested?
Yeah.
Brody say, you fuck him, I kill you.
I wouldn't do that, Jim.
Just then, Tyrone notices the driver's door is open. Tyrone points.
Where's the...
Brody spins just when a white gunman leans in through the driver's door with a 9mm Glock. Bang, bang, bang! 3 bullets rip through Brody's body. Blood and guts splatter Tyrone, and Brody's dead body collapses into his lap. The henchmen pull out their pieces and return fire. One henchman gets splattered. The other kills the white man. Tyrone slips and scrambles out of the limo. The white gunman lies dead in the street. Tyrone runs, frantic with blood all over him. He runs, hyperventilating with panic until 2 cops give chase. Sirens and lights. They catch him and slam him against the wall. Cuff wrist 1, cuff wrist 2. Cut 2. Interior Sarah's apartment. Pop, hit, gold, snap. Sarah's living room is dominated by a gigantic, towering black TV. The ominous hulk of technology stares down on Sarah, who sits in her lazy chair staring at the set's cold, dark screen. Something is wrong. Some coffee. Tinkle, perk, drip, slurp, slurp, slurp. Nothing. So one more. Pop, hit, gulp, snap. Flick, sizzle, snap, suck, slap, brush, sigh. Crinkle, sprinkle, flick, crisp, suck, suck, sigh. In interior Marion's apartment. Cut 2. Harry and Marion lean against each other on the floor. They stare up at the ceiling. Sketches and pieces of Marion's clothing lie around them.
Oh, Harry, I love you. You make me feel like a person. Like I'm me. And I'm beautiful.
You are beautiful. You're the most beautiful woman in the world. You're my dream.
Cut 2. Interior Sarah's apartment. Pop, hit, gold, snap. Sarah sits still. She feels nothing. Coffee. Tinkle, perk, drip, slurp, slurp, slurp. Still nothing. She picks up the bottle of pills from her doctor pill and examines the labels. She looks real close. Then she calls Dr. Pill.
Doctor's office?
Oh, hello. This is Mrs. Goldfarb.
No, Mrs. Goldfarb, I'm absolutely certain. I've checked again.
Are you sure you didn't give me the wrong pills?
No.
Maybe you gave me the smaller ones the last time.
That isn't possible, Mrs. Goldfarb. You see, they're all the same potency. The change is in the color. All the purple are the same strength, all the red, etc.
But something isn't the same.
You're just becoming adjusted to them. At first, you get a strong reaction, but after a while that wears off and you just don't feel like eating. It's nothing to worry about, Mrs. Goldfarb.
Click. Sarah stares at the phone and slowly hangs it up. She drops 2 pills in her hand. She stares at both pills, shrugs, and pops them. Pop, hit, go, snap! And a small grin invades her face. Something is happening. She flips on the TV to Tappy.
Now let's meet our next winner. She's a beautiful woman with a winning sense of humor and a magical smile. Straight from Brighton Beach, Brooklyn. Let's give a juicy welcome to Mrs. Sarah Goldfarb.
And there she is. Red, red, red. Sarah smiles at Red Sarah. Audience loves her.
Juice
by
by
Sarah.
Sarah. Sarah's got the juice. Sarah's got the juice. Sarah's got the juice. Sarah's got the juice.
Sarah!
But back in the real world, the fridge shutters. Sarah stares at it, concerned. Cut to interior holding tank, night. Tyrone, terrified, holds onto the bars for dear life. Junkies and winos that seem more like ghosts and giant rats taunt him until...
Love. Tyrone C. 735. Get your shit together and come on.
Cut to exterior Coney Island street, moving. Harry and Tyrone rap as they scan the street searching for a connection. They eye other junkies suspiciously.
How much?
They got most of our cash. You're up for consorting.
Shit.
Angel says it's a war between the Italians and the blacks. He says Sal the Geep is keeping all this shit down in Florida until guys like Brody are knocked off.
Shit.
No one's got a thing.
Except Big Tim.
Who?
He's holding a nice taste.
How much?
Some say a piece, others a truckload.
Shit. Well, let's go see him.
He's holding, but he's not selling. He's only giving up for pussy.
What?
The only habit that motherfucker have is pussy. He hooked on that thing and told him I'd give him all he wants, but he say I'm not pretty enough for him.
Just
then, a white van screeches to a halt at the corner in front of them. The side door slides open. 2 white guys toss a dead black guy into a city garbage can. The van screeches off. The black guy's sneakers poke out of the can. Harry and Tyrone turn around and quickly exit the scene. Cut to interior Marion's apartment.
Well, why don't we just stop using?
Harry, Tyrone, and Marion stare at each other for a moment. The implication of Marion's question slowly, through much resistance, sinking in and registering.
Yeah, I guess we better.
Cut to interior Sarah's mailbox. Still nothing. Cut to interior Sarah's apartment. Pop, hit, gulp, snap. Sarah starts to circle around the lazy chair. Tighter and tighter circles. Cut to interior Marion's apartment. We pan the apartment to see Harry, Tyrone, and Marion try to do something. Anything. But nothing. But everything is real slow and every moment is real painful. The kitchen clock is almost moving backwards. We see their eyes, their sweating lips, their twitching fingers. Cut to interior Sarah's mailbox. Nope. Cut to interior Sarah's apartment. Pop, hit, gulp, snap. Pop, hit, gulp, snap. Sarah stops pacing. Out of breath, she towers over the phone. She dials 411. Her mouth races after her speed-drenched mind.
Welcome to Bell Atlantic. Number, please.
Malin and Block, Manhattan.
Please hold for your number.
Suddenly, the fridge shudders. Sarah jumps. Cut back to interior Marion's apartment. Finally, Marion stands up.
It's 3 already. We're making a big deal out of nothing.
Yeah, we can stop using. We proved it right now.
Harry, it's stupid to panic and think the world's coming to an end just because we can't score any solid weight.
Okay, fine.
Flip, sizzle, snap, suck, suck, rush, sigh. and crink, crinkle, flick, drift, suck. And then again, flick, sizzle, snap, suck, slap, rush, sigh. Cut to interior Marion's apartment, middle of the night. Harry and Marion twist and turn in their bed. The sheets are covered in sweat. Finally, Marion bolts up in bed, gasping for breath. Harry turns on the light.
You all right?
I must have had a bad dream, I guess.
Interior Marion's kitchen. Harry fills a glass of water. He notices that the spot where he normally shoots up in his inner arm is sore and red. Cut back to interior Marion's apartment. Marion is still panting when Harry returns with a glass of water.
Maybe we should dip in now.
It's all we have.
Tyrone will score in the morning.
It's a bitch out there.
It'll be fine, sweetheart. I know it will.
Yeah, I guess. I'll get the stuff.
I love you, Harry.
Relief. For now. Crinkle, sprinkle, flick, drift, suck, sigh. Cut to interior Sarah's apartment. Pop, hit, gulp, snap. Sarah downs a cup of coffee and goes to the phone. Out of the corner of her eye, she watches the fridge. She dials a number.
Welcome to Malin and Block. If you know your party's extension, please enter it now. For the directory, please press 411.
Sarah presses 411.
Please enter the last name of the person you are trying to reach.
Russell. Lyle Russell.
Sarah starts to press some numbers.
We're sorry. There's no one in the directory with that name. Please wait for an operator.
A moment later, an operator answers.
Malin and Block.
Lyle Russell.
I'm sorry, but I don't have his name listed in my directory.
The television.
What television?
I don't know. I want to find out.
Hold on a second.
Then a loud shudder. The fridge is vibrating. Sarah doesn't know what to do.
Can I help you?
I want to speak to Lyle Russell.
Who's that?
He called me and said I was going to be on a show, and...
Just a minute. I'll connect you with the programs department.
Sarah waits as the phone rings and rings and the fridge continues to vibrate unnaturally.
Can I help you?
I want Lyle Russell.
Lyle Russell. Are you sure you have the right number?
He's putting me on a show.
Show. What show?
Still on the phone, Sarah slowly walks over to the fridge.
I'm afraid I don't understand. If you can't tell me what...
He called me and said I'm going to be on TV. He sent me papers. I sent them back a long time already, and I still don't know where I'm going to be.
Oh, I understand. Okay. Just a moment.
Some more clicks. Sarah can barely stand. As she gets to the fridge, it slowly stops vibrating. Sweat is building.
Can I help you?
Carefully, Sarah examines the fridge. She's having a hard time talking.
Hello?
Lyle Russell.
Who?
Lyle Russell.
Are you sure you have the right department?
And then suddenly, the entire fridge quakes violently. Sarah drops the phone and runs to her bedroom. On the phone.
Hello? Hello?
Cut to interior Marion's apartment, late morning. Marion expectantly watches Harry on the phone. Harry hangs up.
Well?
Tyrone hasn't found anything.
Nothing?
Nothing.
What are you going to do?
I don't know.
Well, you have to do something. It's your fault we don't have something for the morning.
What are you talking about?
You were all hot on the biscuit to get off last night.
That's all bullshit.
You couldn't. You didn't have to, and we could have had something now.
What am I gonna do? Just sit and watch you push off and not go myself?
Then just don't put all the weight on me, and that's all. Leave me alone.
I'm gonna go meet Ty.
Cut to interior, Tyrone's closet. Harry and Tyrone open the shoebox. They grab the last cash in it.
Don't worry. We'll fill it up again, man. Things will get better soon. Then we'll be putting the bread back in the box.
Cut to exterior, city streets, night. Harry and Tyrone wait by a payphone on an abandoned street corner.
I gotta call my mom. I just don't know what to do with her.
I'm glad I don't have no one laying that kind of heavy mother shit on me, Jim. You honkies are too much with that guilt shit.
Christ, you ain't kidding, man. I sometimes think we'd be better without moms.
I don't know, man. My mom died when I was 8, but I remember she was one groovy woman. She had 7 kids, Jim, and she was all big like and all the time singing and smiling. She had a big chest like this, and she used to cuddle me, Jim. And I remember how good it felt in there and how sweet she smelled, you know? She'd sing and it make you feel good all over, just like dope.
All laugh in the freezing cold. Then a snot-faced dealer rounds the corner and nods to Tyrone. Interior, Sarah's apartment. The phone rings. Sarah sticks her head out of the bedroom. She looks at the fridge. It's quiet and still. She sneaks to the lazy chair and flips on the TV. Then she answers the phone.
Hey, Ma. How you doing?
Oh, Harry.
I wanted to say hello and that I'll visit soon.
Suddenly, the fridge hops, making a smashing noise. Sarah sinks into her chair. Sarah lets out a small scream.
Ma, you okay?
Can you come now? Can you come now, Harry? For a little while?
Ma, I'm tied up. I got a lot of irons in the fire and I have to be around to take care of them.
The fridge hops again.
Stop it! Not even a little visit, please, Harry. Come over.
Hey, Ma, will you lighten up and stop playing those guilt tripped games with my head?
The fridge shakes and quivers like it's laughing.
Please, Harry.
Cut to interior, city streets, same. Harry takes a deep breath into the phone. Tyrone rounds a corner, smiling.
Look, Ma, I don't want to hassle you, okay? I love you and I'll see you soon. Take care.
Harry, it's all so confusing and...
Harry hangs up and the two of them rush off. Cut to exterior, under the boardwalk, night. Flick, sizzle, snap, suck, slap, rush, sigh.
So, you want to hear the news?
What news?
The good news and the bad news.
Shoot.
The good news is that in a couple of days, there'll be Prime on the streets.
Really? Who told you?
Angel says Sal the Geep has sent word to let go a couple of keys for the Christmas season. He being a good Christian and not wanting anybody to be wanting during the glorious season.
You believe it?
I didn't until I heard the bad news.
Yeah?
The price is doubled and you have to cop for weight at least half a piece.
How much?
2.
Fucking insane.
What you gonna do? The man ain't gonna lay no nickel bag on you, that's for damn sure.
Where are we gonna get to?
Cut to interior, Marion's apartment. Marion can't believe what Harry just suggested.
You mean Arnold?
Well, your parents won't even take your call.
haven't seen him in months.
So what? He's still calling, ain't he?
Yes, but I don't know.
Marion stares into Harry's eyes, pleading.
Look, I don't know what else to do. This is our last chance to get back on track. We won't have to scuffle and make that freezing scene every day. We need the bread.
Getting the bread isn't the problem, Harry.
What's the problem, for Christ's sake?
I just don't know what I'll have to do to get it.
Harry gets it. Marion gets it. But for Harry, this is too important. He gets down and holds her hand.
Look, baby, this is our last chance to get back on track. We'll be back in business in no time. We'll start moving again and we'll start saving again. It'll happen, Marion.
Marion looks into him. Then she gives him a gentle nod. Cut to interior, Dr. Pill's examining room. Dr. Pill smiles when Sarah looks around, wild-eyed.
What seems to be the problem? Wade is doing fine?
The Wade is fine. I'm not so good. The refrigerator.
Suddenly, she looks around terrified.
Something wrong?
Things are all mixed up, confused like.
Well, that's nothing to worry about.
He scribbles out a prescription.
Just give this to the nurse and make an appointment for a week.
Now, Sarah's alone, staring at the paper. Tight on paper, it reads, Valium. Cut to interior, Raoul's cafe, night. Dimly lit cafe. Marion wears lots of makeup and a long-sleeve blouse. Arnold is worried.
No, I've just had the flu forever. It seems like.
Are you depressed?
No, it's nothing like that. I've just been very busy. I've been designing nonstop.
That's wonderful. I'm glad to hear you've been productive.
He smiles and touches her hand.
To be perfectly straight, I was surprised to hear from you. Is something wrong?
No, why?
That's usually the case when someone calls whom you haven't heard from for a while.
No, everything's fine. But I do have a favor to ask.
He smiles and leans back into his chair. His smugness bothers her, so she grabs her fork and stabs it into the back of his hand. Blood splurts out and she screams.
You smug son of a bitch!
A moment later, everything is back to normal. Marion was fantasizing.
A favor? What is it?
I need to borrow some money.
Cut to interior, Arnold the Shrink's Manhattan crash pad. In the bedroom, Marion slowly takes off her clothes. She's dying and almost crying. Arnold, big smile, big erection for him, watches her.
May I ask why?
Could you turn off the light?
Why do you want the light off?
I just do.
You never did before.
Please, Arnold.
Shrugging, he remote controls off the light. Arnold creeps up behind her and starts planting kisses on her. Very gently, she begins to cry. Cut to interior, Marion's apartment. Harry scratches some vinyl. He takes the LP and frisbees it into the wall. It shatters. Then he collapses onto Marion's couch, picks up the remote and flips on the set. He tries to watch, but he keeps looking at the clock. Then he hears the sounds of sex. He looks up on the TV and sees Marion fucking some dude with a hairy back. So Harry lies on the ground and reaches for something under the couch. Then flick, sizzle, snap, suck, rush, sigh. The image on the set slowly starts to dissolve back to the normal TV show. Harry, a bit more comfortable, reclines on the couch and nods. Cut to interior. Arnold the Shrink's Manhattan crash pad hallway. At the front door, Arnold, wrapped in a sheet, hands Marion some money. She leaves and he quickly locks the door. Down the hallway and into the elevator. As anger, disgust, and who knows what else billow up inside her, her eyes begin to tear. Then, on the street, she leans against the building and vomits. Cut to interior, Marion's apartment. Marion crawls out of her winter clothes and joins Harry on the couch. They sit on either side of the couch, not looking at each other. Cut to interior, Tyrone's new pad. Tyrone in his bikini underwear stares at a picture of his mom. Alice is gone. He looks at the window. It's nighttime, and it's sleeping.
Shit.
Tyrone starts to get dressed. Cut to interior, Sarah's bedroom, night. Pop, gulp, hit, snap. Sarah puts on some makeup. Her hand is not steady, and her work is far from perfect. The lipstick is lopsided. The mascara is caked on one set of eyelashes. In the red dress, with very little energy, she spins in front of the mirror. She starts a dumpy version of a waltz. Very slowly, her eyes are sunken and dark ringed. Flesh hangs from her upper arms and neck. Cut to interior, modern supermarket, night. Harry and Tyrone stroll the aisles with an empty shopping cart. They eye other customers, most of whom are junkies trying to act nonchalant and making believe they're shopping. In actuality, they're just trying to figure out what the fuck's going on.
You dig the action, man.
Yeah, I feel like I'm dreaming.
I watch your back, you watch mine.
What are we supposed to do?
I don't know. All they said was be at Waldbaum's.
Just then, they round a corner and spot a ponytailed junkies walking into the back loading area. They follow. Cut to interior, Marion's apartment. Marion impatiently circles the apartment. She's very anxious. Cut to interior, supermarket loading area, later. Harry and Tyrone join a mass of smoking junkies in the back of the supermarket. Everyone is crowded in by the towering boxes of produce and canned goods.
Everybody and their mother.
A moment later, the steel roll gate starts to open. All the junkies turn to look. Then, an 18-wheeler starts backing to the loading dock. Irving's Florida Oranges is painted onto the truck. When the truck stops the dock, two white heavies emerge from the front cab. They wear ski masks and carry glistening machine guns. Sitting behind a table in front of the crates of oranges is a distinguished bald man sporting a white fur coat. He is flanked by two other heavies with masks and machine guns. The junkies applaud. The two men unlock the back of the truck. The bald man pops open two steel suitcases on the table. Harry, Tyrone, and all the junkies push forward. The men with guns try to control them. Cut to interior, Marion's apartment. Marion, still circling, starts searching the apartment. She rips open her bureau, flips through clothes, and unknowingly tosses her clothing sketches. They slowly drift to the floor. Cut to exterior, supermarket loading area, later. Harry and Tyrone push their way to the front. A few lucky junkies hand the bald man money and get their dope. The heavies scream at the junkies to calm down or they're out of here. Then suddenly, Harry spots a Gap Tooth junkie pulling a gun. The men with machine guns see him and pull out their guns. Harry grabs Tyrone and starts to pull him away when suddenly, bang! Gap Tooth's gun goes off. It hits some oranges behind the bald man. The heavies let loose. Bullets everywhere. Harry and Tyrone head for the supermarket in front. Boxes are blowing up around them. The bald man slams the steel suitcases closed and starts pulling the truck doors closed. Harry and Tyrone charge into the interior supermarket. With a bunch of other junkies, they rush down an aisle when the ponytail junkie gets nailed in front of them. He slides across the linoleum, leaving a trail of blood behind him. Harry and Tyrone leap over the dead body and rush outside just in time to spot the 18-wheeler whiz by. Some of the junkies give chase. Harry thinks about it, but Ty stops him. Instead, they quickly duck out. Cut to interior, Tyrone's old dive pad. Tyrone puffs on a cigarette while Harry paces.
Stupid fucking junkie. Fucked. We are fucked. That's the last ship for Miles.
Motherfuckers going back to Florida, sitting on their asses in the sun while we're up here ass deep in snow.
Damn it. What are we going to do now? Hey, what would happen if we went down to Cop?
Now you're talking. Sunny FL.
There, everybody's up here scuffing to stay alive and getting ripped off or knocked off, and nobody's thought about going right to the fucking stores.
You're serious.
Why not?
What the fuck you talking about? Going up to the motherfucking room clerk at some hotel and asking for a connection?
Come on, Ty, get with it, eh? You telling me you can't nose out some dope when it's around? You got the nose for it?
Yeah, you are serious. That's here, man. The apple's my neighborhood. What the fuck do I know about Miami? Them motherfucking Italians ain't sitting around just waiting for me to show up, Jim.
Dope smells the same there as it does here.
Yeah, but it's a long ass walk, man.
Not if you're driving. Look, man, it's colder than hell, and those streets are hotter than a bitch. After tonight, shit. Guys are gonna get knocked off like they were giving away season tickets for every dead fiend.
It's no lie, Jim.
Man, we got nothing to lose, and we got to do it now while we still have a few bucks, you know?
If it's such a good idea, why hadn't somebody else thought of it?
Because they're assholes. And that's just it. Nobody else has thought of it. It's wide open. And we get there before anyone else. We can name our own price and sit back and be cool and have those fools scuff in the street for us.
Last summer was a ball, Jim. Seems like 1,000 years since last summer. Yeah.
It'll be back like that, but only better. This is the kind of setup you dream about.
You know, Angel can probably get us ashore if we promise him some dynamite skag.
You think?
That motherfucker can dig up anything, even the dead.
Cut to interior Sarah's apartment. Sarah peeks her head into the living room. All the shades and curtains are drawn. She quietly tiptoes to the window and peeks out through the side of the shade. Then she tiptoes over to the front door. Very carefully, she removes the tape over the peephole. The hallway is empty. She retapes the peephole. Suddenly, the fridge lurches at her. It slides a good foot towards her. She jumps and runs to her viewing chair. Cut to interior Marion's apartment. Marion rips through the apartment as she searches for something, anything. She sinks to the floor and starts to sob. Just then, Harry walks in on her on the floor.
Where have you been? I've been waiting all night.
Where the hell do you think I've been?
Where's the score?
Some dumbass junkie fucking just...
Did what? You fucked it up. Don't tell me you fucked it up.
I didn't fuck it up. Me and Ty have a plan.
A plan? I don't want another plan. I want my stuff.
What the fuck's wrong with you?
Me? You promised that everything was going to be okay. I fucked that sleaze bag. I put myself through hell for you. So what the fuck do you have for me?
What do you want from me? I don't have anything. Nothing. There's nothing out there.
I don't give a shit. You loser, you're a fucking loser. I want you to come through for me.
You think I'm playing fucking games, for Christ's sake? You would have some extra stuff? Fuck it. We hear a hit to a dude that's holding some weight, but he ain't selling.
Yeah.
Give me that guy's number, the guy who likes broads.
Big Tim? What for?
Just give me the number, for Christ's sake.
Okay. 934.
You worry so goddamn much.
Barry hangs up on Ty and hands Marion the number on the back of the photo.
Here, go fix yourself up with him. You won't have to wait so long, and I won't have to freeze my ass off in the fucking streets.
Fuck you!
No, fuck you!
Harry charges out of the apartment. Marion stares after him. We float out of focus. Cut to interior, Sarah's apartment. Pop, hit, gulp, snap. The fridge lurches another foot towards her. She grabs the giant remote and flips on the TV. On the set is Tappy Tibbins.
Now let's meet our next winner. She's a beautiful woman with a winning sense of humor and a magical smile. She's really gonna win your heart. Straight from Brighton Beach, Brooklyn, let's give a juicy welcome to our very own Mrs. Sarah Goldfarb.
Red Sarah marches out to applause.
You Spice Sarah!
Spice Sarah!
Bye, Sarah. Bye, Sarah.
Sarah's got the juice! Sarah's got the
got
juice!
juice.
Sarah's got the juice! Sarah!
Got the juice.
Thank you. Oh, Tibbins, it's...
Tappy, please.
The fridge lurches again. She tries to ignore it and watch TV.
Okay, Tappy, it's a pleasure to be here.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you. And that is one gorgeous outfit you have.
Oh, thank you, Tappy. I just want to say hello to my husband, Seymour, and my beautiful, successful son, Harold. Hello, Harold. I hope you're happy. I hope you're in love. Please come and see me and bring Marion, won't you?
The fridge slides closer. She fights not to look.
I'm sure you'll be here soon. It's time to start now. Are you ready?
Oh, yes, I'm ready. I'm ready.
After you.
Tappy motions towards the camera as the audience begins to applaud. And then Red Sarah disappears. Sarah hears something. She looks to her right and sees Red Sarah standing in her living room. Sarah is shocked.
What are you doing here?
Red Sarah doesn't answer. She just huffs and humps as she inspects the apartment.
Who are you? What do you want?
Red Sarah continues to ignore her as she looks down her nose at the apartment. Then Red Sarah waves at Tappy Tibbins.
Tappy!
Oh, I thought you'd never ask. Excuse me, everybody.
Tappy disappears from the screen, and now he too is with Red Sarah in Sarah's living room. Sarah sits in her chair, dumbfounded. She starts to get more and more upset as Tappy and Red Sarah laugh at her furnishings and Chachtas.
What do you expect? I'm all alone. What do you expect? I'm all alone.
Could you do better? It's an old building, 10 years, no painting, maybe more. Red Sarah and Tappy walk behind Sarah's chair toward the windows.
I'm all alone. You don't understand. I'm trying. Please, I'll explain.
Now Tappy and Red Sarah laugh as they point at the TV. Sarah looks over. On the TV, she sees herself in her viewing chair. A giant, fanatic audience surrounds her, laughing and pointing. Then there's a giant crack. Sarah's wall split apart. Suddenly, she's on a television set. 2 TV cameras slide in on her. A makeup artist and sound man bum rush her. The man tries to put a mic on her while the woman tries to touch up her face.
Okay.
No, please leave me alone.
The studio audience is going bananas, laughing at her. Cameras and TV cables stretch across the floor. Then the first assistant director by camera 1 cues her.
Ready, Mrs. Goldfarb. 3, 2.
He points at Sarah and a bright spotlight falls on her. Suddenly, Tappy and Red Sarah lead on a cha-cha line around Sarah's lazy chair. Various weirdos, freaks, and girls in bikinis join in. Sarah is terrified. The fridge leaps towards her. Sarah cries onto her wrinkled red dress. She sinks to the floor. She crawls to the TV and begs.
Oh, please, let me go on the show, please, let me go on the show, please.
The partying gets louder and louder. Red Sarah is French kissing Tappy Tibbins in Sarah's lazy chair. The fridge is only a few feet from her.
Feed me, Sarah, feed me.
Tappy joins in.
Feed me.
Now the other freaks in the room and the studio crew.
Feed me.
Feed me.
Feed me.
How the audience on the TV is chanting it.
Feed me.
Feed me.
Feed me.
Feed me.
Pours over her. Suddenly, metal is tearing and the fridge has a mouth. Freon sprays out of its opening. The giant metal mouth lurches at Sarah, threatening to bite her. Bolts out of her home to the front door to leave her abandoned apartment wide open. Hard cut to black. On the screen, in the white letters, winter. Cut to exterior, Brighton Beach Avenue day. Sarah manically marches down the street. The world shoots by her. A train roars by on the elevated tracks above. Cut to interior, Pontiac Ventura crossing Verrazano's Bridge, night. Harry and Tyrone ride in a beat-up 1972 Pontiac Ventura 2. Harry drives, tight on the car tuner. Tyrone spins the dial. Hip-hop blasts on the radio. Then Tyrone turns on the heat.
Thank you, Angel.
I sure hope this mother works. I could use some heat.
Ty sparks a joint.
How long will it take?
Well, making it a day easy.
California, here we come.
It's Florida.
I know, Jim. I just feel like breaking out into song.
And slap. 5. Harry cringes when Tyrone hits his hand. Cut to interior D train, subway car moving. Sarah sits on the subway. Her hair sticks to her wet face. She turns to the strangers across from her.
I'm going on television. Today I'll find out when.
It's New York. Of course she's ignored. Cut to interior, Marion's apartment. Marion sobs into the phone. She shreds the upholstery on the couch.
Florida? Florida? When's he gonna be back?
I don't know, a few days.
Days? What am I supposed to do? You gotta help me.
It's dry. It's dry.
I can get you money from my parents.
Money means shit.
Please. Angel, please.
It's a drought. I ain't got nothing.
Please, Angel, please.
Cut to interior, Malin and Block, reception area. A secretary looks up, startled. In front of her is Sarah. Sarah's hair and body are wet, and she is wobbly. The secretary stares at Sarah, not knowing what to do.
Why aren't you calling me? I know when I'm going to be on television. I'm Sarah Goldfarb, and you should tell me when I'm going to be on television.
Just sit a moment. I'll ring them.
Sarah wobbles to a chair. She's confused and disoriented. Some office women come out from inside the office and huddle around her. Some security guards appear as well. Sarah tries to stand, but she falls over and lands back in the chair. The women tell her to stay seated.
I need to know. Maybe you lost my card. Please, Dolly, you look and let...
Get her a cup of soup. Tell Mary to call an ambulance. Just relax, Mrs. Goldfarb. Everything will be all right.
It's not the prizes. It's not the prizes. I'll give them away to the poor. I just want to be on the show. I'm waiting so long to be on with Harry and my grandson.
The secretary returns with a mug filled with soup.
Here, Mrs. Goldfarb, sip this. Sometimes it takes a while to get called for a show, Mrs. Goldfarb.
Cut to interior, Pontiac Ventura on Jersey Turnpike, dawn. Tyrone drives, tight on the tuner. The radio plays alternative rock.
Yeah, the heater is just fine. I guess this ain't going to be such a bad trip.
Yeah, it's no big deal.
It was a couple 100 miles closer to Miami, Jim. Let's stop at the next pit and take a taste.
Yeah, better drop a few Dixies too and get some coffee.
Right on.
Cut to interior, Malin and Block, reception area. A crowd watches Sarah babble. 2 paramedics arrive.
Looks like shock. Can you walk?
I'm walking across the stage. You should see my herald on television. We're giving the prizes away. I just want to be on television.
Do you know her name?
We think it's Sarah Goldfarb.
The announcer's calling my Little Red Riding Hood. Call Seymour and tell him to pick me up at the beauty parlor. I've got the red dress I wore at Harry's graduation and the gold shoes.
Okay, Mrs. Goldfarb, let's just take it nice and easy. Here we go.
And the paramedics help poor Sarah to her feet. They head to the elevator. Sympathy from the staring office women. Cut 2. Interior, Marion's apartment. Marion stares at Big Tim's number. A moment later, she picks up the phone and dials.
Yeah?
Marion hangs up. A long beat. Then she dials again.
Yeah.
Hi.
Cut 2. Interior ambulance. Moving. Sarah is strapped to a gurney. She mumbles to herself.
Harry, I'm going to be on television.
Cut 2. Interior Pontiac Ventura parked in HOJO lot. Flick, sizzle, snap, suck, slap, rush, sigh. Tyrone leans against the driver's door. Hi. Harry rolls up his sleeve. Right in the crotch of his arm is a nasty hole from shooting too much. It's infected and rings of red surround it.
Yeah, how long you got that?
Few days.
Ugh, that don't look too good, Jim.
It don't feel too good either. But a little stuff will take care of it.
Don't shoot in there.
I'll blow it if I don't. Fuck it.
Flick, sizzle, snap, suck, slap, break from the montage. For the first time, we see a tight close-up of a needle going into the hole. Then we end the montage. Rush, sigh. Cut 2. Exterior apartment building entrance. A security camera studies Marion as she waits at the front door. Buzz. Marion pushes the door open and enters. Cut 2. Interior Bellevue Hospital. Sarah, on her gurney, is pushed through crowded corridors of a hospital. The noise and chaos reach her in surreal, muffled tones. She's mumbling to herself, dreaming of being on television. Then she's slid into the emergency room. Young, serious Dr. Spencer shines a light into her eyes. Sarah tries to smile.
No emergency. Take her to psych.
Cut 2. Exterior, Big Tim's apartment. Big Tim's door opens wide, revealing an even wider Big Tim. Big Tim is big in every way. His body is big, his smile is big, his laugh is big, and even his apartment is big.
Come in.
He steps aside, and Marion enters the huge living room with a grand view of Prospect Park. Big Tim takes her coat.
Have a seat. What would you like?
Nothing.
Oh, you strictly a dope fiend?
Marion is startled by Big Tim's comment. She quickly recovers.
Maybe I'll have a little chartreuse.
Yellow or green?
Oh, yellow.
Big Tim joins her with the drinks. He takes out a hash pipe and sparks it. Marion is offered the pipe and she takes a few pokes.
What's your name?
Marion.
Big Tim's laugh is loud, deep, and happy, a presence of its own.
What you know, Maid Marion? I'm Little John.
Big Tim pulls Marion into his chest. She lets him.
You know what I like best about patty chicks? They give
Right.
good head. Black broads don't know nothing about giving head. I don't know why. Might be it has something to do with some ancient travel customs. Better save some of that energy.
She lies down on his stomach. Gently, he turns her head around as she pulls out his penis. She stares at Big Tim's joint, knowing what she's supposed to do, but not being able to do it. Her insides tremble and knot.
I know it's pretty, baby, but I didn't take it out for air.
He nudges her, and she grabs it and starts kissing it. Suddenly, she stops. She's gonna be sick. Big Tim laughs, his big laugh, and points to the bathroom.
That way.
Cut 2. Interior, Big Tim's bathroom. Marion finishing barfing. She washes her face and mouth in the sink. She looks up at herself. She's trembling. She shuts her eyes and we cut to black. We hear Marion breathe deeply. She collects herself. Into the black rushes streams of red. When she opens her eyes, we are back in the bathroom. Marion fixes her hair and she smiles at herself. Cut to interior, Big Tim's living room. Big Tim laughs as Marion emerges from the bathroom.
Sorry, it must have been the chartreuse.
Welcome back.
Marion's smile turns into an eager grin. He chuckles as she gets on her knees.
Yeah, little Bo Peep. Done for her sheep.
Big Tim laughs his big laugh as we cut to interior, Pontiac Ventura, somewhere on I-95, heading south. Tyrone drives while Harry squirms. His arm hurts like hell. Tight on tuner. The radio plays country and western.
I told you to stay away from that arm, man.
I gotta call Marion.
Tyrone watches as the odometer changes from 599 to 600.
Well, it'll be long distance now. That's 600. We're 600 damn miles closer to Miami.
Yeah, we're also 600 miles away from New York.
Afraid now, Tyrone looks out the window. The landscape is foreign and strange, almost alien. Cut to interior, Big Tim's bathroom. After sex, Big Tim opens the door and leans up against the doorway. Naked, he watches Marion as she finishes getting dressed. Marion can't look at herself in the mirror or at Big Tim.
You know, baby, I can fix it so you can pick up a real nice taste. Though it's more like play, baby. Sunday night, we're having a gathering. All good people.
No, I couldn't. I'm busy. And I'm not really hooked.
Big Tim laughs his big laugh and tosses her some bags.
Yeah, I know, but I'm telling you, it's a real nice taste.
Marion quickly grabs the bags and starts putting them in her purse.
What the fuck you doing?
Nothing. I'm...
Damn. Damn, I got me some kind of virgin. Now, you gotta be kidding, old Tim. You just got to be.
I don't know.
You mean you're not gonna count what's there, but you're just gonna be putting it in your pocketbooks and just walk out in the street? Damn, you sure haven't been around long, baby.
I mean, I'm not a naive schoolgirl. Been through Europe and I'm just not.
Ain't nothing to be ashamed of, baby. We all got to get down with it for the first time. I ain't bad repping you. I just don't want to see you get ripped off. Sheet. You earned that, baby, and you sure as hell don't want to donate it to some purse snatcher. Look it. There'd be one place you can stash old doggy without you worrying about it being accidentally getting in the wrong hands. You dig? Ain't no purse snatcher or mugger gonna rip you off there, baby.
Marion catches on. She flushes and nods her head. Big Tim laughs his big laugh as he wanders into the living room.
I'll see you Sunday, Maid Marion.
And Marion lifts up her skirt and does the deed. Cut 2. Interior, psych ward. Sarah is strapped to a hospital bed. She sobs to herself. The gray ward is packed with twice as many beds as there should be. Patients wander around in straitjackets. Screams of agony and pain barely reach her ears. Dr. Spencer addresses Sarah and tries to calm her.
Mrs. Goldfarb, please try and answer me. When did you start taking the pills?
When? This summer. Oh, this summer. I got a special place in the sun. It fixed my hair.
You started in the summer. Last summer? Okay, Mrs. Goldfarb, everything will be all right. We'll fix you up in no time.
You're a good boy, Harold.
And for a moment, Dr. Spencer is Harry, golden smile and all. Cut 2. Interior, Marion's bathroom. We look down on Marion's back from above the tub. She is bent over, her head beneath the water between her knees. She holds her breath for an eternity. Then we look into her face as she screams. Air bubbles shoot to the surface. Cut to exterior, I-95, maybe Georgia. Cut to interior, Pontiac Ventura. Tyrone still drives. There's a preacher screaming gospel on the radio. Harry squirms as he grabs his arm. He's wincing in pain.
Man, I can't cut it. I got to do something about this arm.
Let's see what it looks like.
Harry winces as he very carefully rolls up his sleeve. The area around the hole is white and raised. Even worse, the area around the white is slightly green. Also, a wide, dark red streak reaches down his arm towards his hand. They both stare at it for a moment.
Oh, man.
Ugh. This is the ugliest motherfucker I've ever seen.
I gotta call Mary.
Oh, let's find a hospital first.
Cut to interior psych ward. A needle punctures Sarah's arm. The nurse wipes off the blood that spills out. In a surreal moment, the world slows down. Real slow. Sarah's tongue sticks to the top of her mouth. She pries it off with a rattling smack in her brain. Her mouth is dry, and small drops of foam form on the sides of her chapped lips. Cut to interior Southern doctor's examination room. To try and disperse the pain, Harry marches around the examination room. The pain is excruciating. A gray-haired Southern doctor comes in.
Oh, what's the problem?
My arm, it's killing me.
The doctor looks for a moment, then he grabs Harry's arm and looks at it. Harry winces in pain.
I'll be back in a minute.
The doctor leaves. Cut to interior Marion's apartment. Marion stares at an empty pile of bags in front of her. Then she stares at the photo of her and Harry in front of the store. Next, she flips it over and looks at Big Tim's number. A moment later, she picks it up and dials Big Tim.
Yeah.
Hi.
Cut to interior psych ward. 2 male attendants enter with a tray of food. They joke with each other and barely notice Sarah. They try to lift up Sarah, but she can't support herself. Then they try harder and they shove her into a sitting position. One of the attendants puts some food in her mouth. She tries to swallow, but her throat isn't working.
Swallow.
But the food just dribbles out the side. As they continue their conversation about the Jets, they grab her and force the food down her throat by holding her nose and keeping her mouth shut. Her eyes blast open in terror. Her head beats thunderously in her ears. Cut to interior Marion's apartment. Marion puts mascara on her left eye. Then she puts on some clothes. Cut to interior Southern doctor's waiting room. Tyrone fills through an old copy of Fortune magazine. He tries to ignore all the white folks gawking at him. Then he spots a pair of boots standing in front of him. Next, he spots the gun and the baton. Tyrone looks up into the towering highway cop's stern glare. Cuff one wrist, cuff the other. Cut to interior Marion's apartment, tight on Marion's right eye as she carefully applies mascara. She puts on some more clothes. Cut to interior psych ward. Dr. Spencer towers over Sarah. He reads her chart and is concerned.
You have to eat, Mrs. Goldfarb. If we're going to get you healthy again, you have to eat. Try to work with the attendants. I'm going to try some new medications. They should help us.
He pats her on the shoulder and walks away. Sarah tries to call for him, to make any noise, to plead, to do anything, but she can't. A moment later, the 2 male attendants come for her. They grab her and move her into a wheelchair. Restraints for her arms and legs are slapped on. They grab a clear plastic tube. They cover it with lubricant. Then they try to slide it into her nose. Sarah struggles until one attendant grabs her head and whacks it flat against a headrest.
Okay, miss, just relax. We're going to try to help you eat.
Pinned, they slide the tube into Sarah's nose, down her throat and into her stomach. Then the feeding begins. Cut to interior Marion's apartment, tight on Marion's lips as she puts on lipstick. Marion smacks her lips together. Marion, in front of the full-length mirror, is dressed to the hilt. She makes the last-minute corrections to her outfit when the phone rings. Nervous, she answers.
Hello?
Cut to interior Southern jail payphone area, Marion's apartment. Intercut. Harry in pain on the telephone. Marion sits by the phone.
Marion?
Harry. Oh, Harry.
Oh, Marion, I've been thinking about you. You okay?
When are you coming back?
Soon. You're holding out, right?
Will you come today?
Yeah, soon. Just wait for me. I'll be back soon. You'll wait, right?
Yeah.
Marion? Just wait.
I will. Harry.
I'm coming, Marion. I am, and I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
I know, Harry. I know.
A long beat, silence. Slowly, Marion hangs up. By the payphones, Harry hangs up. His sobs turn into pain. His pain turns into misery. Interior. Marion's apartment. Marion hangs up and wipes away her tears. She catches her image in the mirror and quickly finishes her mascara.
Then crinkle, sprinkle, flick, drift, suck, sigh. Interior psych ward hallway. Sarah is still strapped to the wheelchair. Dr. Spencer smiles at her.
Mrs. Goldfarb, are you all right?
Sarah can't respond. She can only look. Dr. Spencer tries to be positive.
Mrs. Goldfarb, we've tried several medications and you don't seem to be responding. I believe we've come to the point where we need to try some alternative methods. We've had excellent results with these techniques in the past. So if I can just get your John Hancock, we'll get underway.
Dr. Spencer hands Sarah a pen. Somehow she is able to sign. Cut to interior holding tank. Harry is withdrawing in pain on his bunk. Tyrone is at the bars sweating and dying.
Jesus Christ. Need a doctor.
My friend needs a doctor, please. He needs a doctor.
I won't make it.
Just hang tough, baby. Just hang tough.
Oh, please, Ma, help me.
Help, please.
Please, Ma.
Cut to interior psych ward hallway. Sarah is quickly unstrapped from her wheelchair. She's lifted up and placed onto a gurney. Her head hangs lifeless. Then she's strapped down. Cut to interior Big Tim's lush pad. Tight on Marion's hand knocking on Big Tim's front door. Tight on Big Tim's famous smile.
Maid Marion. Welcome.
Cut to interior psych ward hallway. Sarah is wheeled quickly through the halls of the asylum. Cut to exterior holding tank. Tyrone tries to keep Harry in line with all the convicts, but Harry can barely stand. A court doctor, followed by 2 guards, moves from prisoner to prisoner. Bored to death, he looks into each prisoner's eyes with a mini-mag and says,
Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yes, sir.
Okay for work.
The guards chuckle. Cut to interior psych ward hallway. Sarah continues her trip on the gurney. Terror enters her heart. Cut to exterior holding tank. Now it's Tyrone's turn.
Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Tyrone nods. That isn't good enough, and so a guard whacks him on the back of the head.
Say, sir, nigga. Goddamn New York dope fiend niggas, learn some manners.
Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yes, sir.
Good boy.
They chuckle. The doctor moves down to Harry. Harry can barely stand. His eyes are glazed over.
Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Says he's got something wrong with his arm.
The doctor yanks Harry's sleeve up. Lightning pain.
Ah! Ah!
Harry collapses. The guards laugh at him as they pick him up.
Your mommy isn't here.
The doctor looks at Harry's arm. The guards grab their noses and almost yak from the smell.
I don't think you'll be putting more dope in that arm.
Damn, it smells worse than he do.
Better get him out of the hospital. Don't expect him to live a week.
Cut to interior psych ward shock therapy room. Sarah is unstrapped from the gurney. Then she is lifted off the gurney and laid on a table. Next, she is strapped to the table. She tries to struggle, but the hands are too many, too strong. Cut to interior Big Tim's lush pad. We hear 20 men cheer as we glimpse into the room. They're all wearing suits and holding flashlights. Tight on Marion's shocked face. Tight on Big Tim's knowing smile. Tight on cigars in strangers' mouths. Tight on male hands clapping. Tight on empty faces of 5 other pretty women checking out Marion.
Maybe 6 of you cutting up an entire piece.
Marion looks at him.
And it'd be real good.
Marion accepts it. Then, tight on Big Tim's famous smile.
Showtime.
The men shine their lights on Marion's clothed tits, her privates. Cut to interior psych ward, shock therapy room. Someone sticks something between Sarah's teeth. The people around her talk casually and laugh occasionally. She tries to look around, but her body is immobile. She can make out shadows on the edges of her vision, but mostly all she sees are the lights above her. Then she feels 2 cold metal discs placed against her temples. Cut to interior emergency operating room. Harry is thrown onto an operating table. His clothes are gone in the blink of an eye. A serious and focused emergency doctor steps in.
Taking it off at the shoulder. Let's move here, people, otherwise we lose him.
Harry remains semi-conscious as the anesthesiologist sticks a mask over his face. Everything starts to go white. The emergency doctor starts up a circular saw. Before everything is gone, Harry witnesses the doctor cutting into his shoulder. Cut to interior psych ward. Sarah's heart pounds in her ears. She tries to scream, but a technician interrupts her.
Okay, ready, and 1.
Smash cut to blinding primary red. We hear a crowd cheer. Cut to interior Big Tim's lush pad. In slow motion and tight close-ups, we experience the orgy with Marion. There's nipples, tongues, sex toys, eyes closed in ecstasy, men's glares, men's smiles, and the like. The images aren't sexy, they're scary. One of the girls holds up a double-headed dildo and says,
What should we do now?
Ass to ass! Ass to ass!
Marion complies and the flashlights shine. Then the pervert starts a chant.
Come, come,
Come,
come, come, come.
The other men
come,
join in as
come,
the pace quickens.
come.
Marion is at first afraid. Then she closes her eyes. Her lips start to quiver. Big Tim's smile gets wider and wider and wider. And then Marion comes. Cut to interior psych ward, shock therapy room. Sarah's arched and stiffened body looks as if fire has just shot through her body. Her eyes are almost popping out of her head as her mind screams, "Ah!" She settles for a moment on the table. Her heart does not beat. Her lungs do not breathe. A moment later, the breath returns. Then the heartbeat slowly emerges, and then the technician.
Okay, ready, and 2.
Smash cut to primary red. A crowd cheers. Then we fade to primary blue. Then we cut back to interior psych ward. Once again, Sarah tries to scream in pain. Flames seem to sear every cell of her body, and her bones feel like they are being twisted and crushed. Smoke simmers off of her hair and skin. As her body settles, it happens one last time.
Okay, ready, and 3.
Smash cut to primary blue. The crowd cheers once more. Dissolve to exterior Coney Island Pier. The pier stretches off into the beautiful sea. A woman in a red dress walks a baby carriage. Now we're on Harry, looking healthy and vibrant. He screams for Marion, but she doesn't hear him and she keeps walking. He runs after them. When he gets close, he suddenly stops. Marion turns around. He reaches to hug her, but as he does, we are in black. Harry gets terrified. He starts to scream for Marion. He steps backward
Marion?
off the edge of a cliff and rushes headfirst into a concrete sidewalk as he screams.
And we cut to interior hospital room. An angelic nurse looks down upon Harry. Tubes stick into every part of him. His eyes are half open. She wipes the sweat from his brow.
Marion.
It's all right. Don't worry. You're in the hospital and you're going to be just fine.
Marion. Marion.
Who's that? She'll be sent for. She'll come. She loves you and she'll come.
Then Harry opens his eyes fully. For a moment he understands. He is an adult and he is calm.
No.
No?
Oh, she won't.
She'll come.
No. No, she won't.
And then Harry starts to cry. As we float up high above his bed, we watch him curl into a ball. Cut to exterior, jail machine shop. Tyrone drills holes into metal plates with an oversized machine. He dry heaves and fights to stay in his seat. A laughing guard snickers at him. Cut to interior Marion's apartment. At the foot of Marion's couch are the torn and smeared sketches of Marion's designs. Marion comes in through the front door. She walks across the sketches and sits on the couch. She has lipstick smeared across her face. She pulls out a large bag of dope and stares at it. Happily, she fondles the bag. Then she hugs it tight against her bosom. Slowly, she curls into a fetal position, content. Cut to interior jail dormitory. The work gang collapse onto their individual bunks. Tyrone, sweaty and dirty, does the same. He fights the cramps in his stomach for as long as he can until he passes out. Then Tyrone and his bed dissolve into the past. Young Tyrone rests in his mom's generous arms. Finally, it is peaceful. Tyrone's mom brushes the tears from his eyes.
How's your tummy feel?
Mostly gone, Mama. I don't need no more medicine.
That's my big boy.
He looks up at his mom as she starts to sing.
Hush, little baby, please don't cry.
Your breath be all nice and sweet, Mom.
She hugs her son tight.
The sweetness be in you, child. The sweetness be in you.
Cut to interior psych ward visiting room. Ada and Ray sit in the corner of the room, stunned by their surroundings. Mounted on the wall is a television. Tappy Tibbins is on. No one is watching. Sarah shuffles towards them, and they barely recognize her. Her gray roots match her gray skin, which matches her gray gown. Ada starts taking food out of a large shopping bag.
We got some lox and cream cheese and bagels and blintzes with sour cream, some danishes, pastrami, chopped liver on rye with mustard and onions, container of tea, and how are you, Dolly?
But Sarah doesn't answer. She can't. They put their hands on their friend's shoulders, but nothing seems to reach her. Then they notice that water is dripping down Sarah's leg and onto the floor. She has urinated on herself. Cut to exterior bus stop. Ada and Ray sit waiting for the bus on a gray day in front of a gray building. Tears flow from their eyes. They hug each other. Cut to interior psych ward. Sarah lies on her bed. A tiny smile emerges on her face. We get closer and closer to her until we go into the blackness of her pupil. Deep in the blackness, we see another world. It is a world of primary blue, and sucking us into the blue is the roar of a crowd. And there, with a giant smile, is good old Tappy in black tie. He looks into the camera and says,
And our next winner is that delightful personality straight from Brighton Beach, Brooklyn. Please give a juicy welcome to Mrs. Sarah Goldfarb.
Red Sarah steps out and joins Tappy. She's overwhelmed.
Juice by
by
Sarah.
Juice by Sarah.
Juice by
Juice
Sarah.
by Sarah.
Oh,
Oh, Sarah's got
Sarah's
got juice. Oh, Sarah.
yeah.
And Mrs. Goldfarb, that's not it. I'm delighted to tell you that you've just won the grand prize.
Really?
Yes. How does it feel?
It feels great. I feel wonderful. I feel amazing. This is great.
The audience goes crazy. They love it and they start to chant.
Sarah, Sarah,
We love
Sarah,
Sarah.
Sarah,
We
Love you, Sarah.
Sarah.
Love Sarah.
I love them. Oh, I love them.
Now let me show you what you won. Your prize has a sweet smile and his own private business. He just got engaged and he's planning to get married this summer. Will you please give a juicy welcome to Mrs. Sarah Goldfarb's one and only son, Harry Goldfarb.
Harry walks out from back. The audience are out of their seats, screaming at the tops of their lungs. Sarah is gushing.
Harry,
Juice
Harry,
By Harry, juice by Harry, juice
Harry.
Harry walks out and hugs his mother.
Harry's got juice. Harry's got juice.
Oh, Harry,
Oh,
Harry, Harry. I love you, Harry.
I love you too, Ma.
They hug and they hug as the audience screams their applause. A smile fills Sarah's beautiful face. Happiness, total and complete love. Except for the truth, the nagging reality. It means tears for Sarah, and her sparkling eyes well up with fantastic, warm tears. But they don't damage her glorious smile. We fade to black and the credits roll. End scene.
And scene.
End scene. Oh my God, Steve. Are we still live?
Ooh.
Holy
Oh,
ball.
happy.
Are we?
Oh no,
right.
there was a child watching. Oh no.
We are
Poor
in fact
puppy.
still live.
Yeah. All right,
All
everybody.
Steve.
Thanks for who am I looking at? I'm looking at you guys.
Thanks for watching, folks.
Thanks for
Thank you.
If you stayed
thanks for
this long.
joining us. And
If you're curling up into a ball right now because it's fucking
Fucking
crazy,
crazy.
then
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
Get some bagels and lox.
That's all you need, really.
Some blintzes.